This video contains main story spoilers for FF14 Endwalker patch 6.3. Patch 6.4 seems to be setting the stage for major plot developments as we proceed well past the halfway mark and towards the conclusion of the Endwalker expansion. This is the main story catch-up for patch 6.3, Gods Revel, Lands Tremble. We find ourselves back in Thavnir, having just recently returned from the Void, after we defeated Barbaricia and brought Zero to the source. Varshan greets us and states that everything is prepared for our next foray into the Void. Zero has been adapting well to life on the source, and Varshan asks us to find her so they can depart. We find Zero standing on a bridge overlooking Radzat-Han, watching his people go about their lives.
Everyone is so carefree. Unafraid and unconcerned in spite of their weakness, and how easily their lives could be torn apart in an instant. Such luxuries are lost to us. We have no hopes or dreams, not even the release of death. Only hunger.
She seems to still be contemplating mortal existence, as well as the feelings she was left with while being an avatar of Xenos. Feelings are never an easy thing to explain to another, who is still relearning the concept.
But enough about that man. He is dead and we are all better for it. Why are you here? Was there something you needed? So you're heading back now. Then as per our bargain, I will go as well.
We go meet up with Varshan, Y'shtola and Estinian. Seems Y'shtola was researching their previous experience in the Void with the alchemists of the Great Work. Specifically, the fact that Voidsent do not truly die in the Void, with darkness preventing them from finding rest. Estinian, on the other hand, just seems eager to proceed, while Zero states she's never been so full before. With the group together, we head off towards Alzadal's legacy and the Void Gate. Varshan, however, stops in his tracks after only a few steps.
What is it? He's calling.
What is the meaning of this?
Unless I'm mistaken, that was intended for one of your kin. Who?
It was for the briefest of moments, but I felt her. Ashdair.
Vitra had felt the presence of his sister on the source, if only for a brief moment. He thus flew to the top of Megaduta and let out an etheric roar, but he received no answer and her presence disappeared.
Where exactly was it that you felt her presence?
Far to the north. That was all I could discern.
The north, you say? Beyond the bounty? Garlemald?
As good a place to start as any.
This development is too important to ignore, so our party heads off toward Garlemald. When we arrive at Tertium, we are greeted by some welcome faces.
Any moment now.
My friends, 'tis good to see you again.
And you. I was worried that the cold wouldn't agree with you, but you're both looking quite well.
You get used to it. It helps that there's no shortage of fuel and heaters like before.
Alphino and Alizé have been in Garlemald since not long after we returned to Aetheris, helping the citizens to rebuild their lives.
We have. Though the worst is behind them, the people still have a long road ahead. They've taken steps towards forming an interim government, but it will be some time before any large-scale reconstruction effort can be carried out in earnest.
But enough about events here. What brings you to us? And with new company besides?
We informed them both of our movements over the past while, about Ashdaya, our journey to the Void, Zero, and the enemies we have encountered.
The 13th? After traveling to the edge of existence, I thought you'd keep your escapades closer to home for a while.
We go into detail about what has brought us to Garlemald, and ask if they have seen any Voidsent activity.
As a matter of fact, we may have. In recent days, we have had to contend with a surprising number of Voidsent. And not the lesser kind that occasionally manifest, but ones possessed of considerable power.
You think they might have been summoned? By whom?
We're not sure. But as Euless reminded us, practitioners of a certain traditional Garlean art rely upon Voidsent servants.
They continue on that to learn more, we should speak with someone with a lot more knowledge about the Garlean homeland. That person turns out to be Euless, who has taken more of a leadership role in Garlemald as of late. We inform him of the situation, and about the Voidsent coming from the Eastern Mountains. He tells us that long ago, practitioners of the Reaper arts used to dwell there, in a village called Lapis Manalis. To quote Euless, the Sidewielders forged pact with Voidsent, and took to battle with the beings at their side. For a time, they played an invaluable role in our military, but the advent of Magitech saw them fall out of favour. And when some were unmasked as insurrectionists, the order was outlawed. The village is believed to be long abandoned. He continues on, stating that to reach Lapis Manalis won't be easy, and they can use a snowcraft to get there, but they'll need to be repaired first. While they see to the repairs, we spread out to help deal with the Voidsent that still roamed the area. Zero seems to be confused about what's happening in Garlemald, especially the actions of Alizé.
What was it you wished to talk about?
Why do you help these people? What is it that you stand to gain?
I'm sorry?
You don't act on behalf of a higher power, nor are you bound by a contract. In spite of this, you help them. Why?
And there I thought it was something serious. I help them because I want to. Because it's the right thing to do.
But what do you stand to gain? You didn't answer the question.
Didn't I? I followed my heart. What I got out of it came after.
It seems that Zero is struggling to come to terms with the world around her, which is understandable considering the rules of the Void. We finish clearing out the Voidsent and also find a spirited engineer who can help us get the snowcraft up and running. While they work on getting it ready, we find ourselves back in Tertium, where both Euless and Zero get to know each other.
Thank you again for your help. Zero, was it? I take it you're one of Alphino's comrades?
Comrade? We've entered into a cooperative pact, if that's what you mean.
Pact? No, nothing so formal. What I mean is, you must know each other well. Be on good terms, enjoy each other's company, that sort of thing.
Then no, he's not my comrade. I have none. Nor will I ever, I think.
Oh.
Did I say something odd?
No, not at all. On the contrary, it makes sense. When Alphino and the contingent first arrived, we rejected them out of hand. Whatever they may have claimed, they were the enemy. Savages with their savage ways. To accept their help was to admit defeat. But no matter how poorly we treated them, they didn't turn their backs on us. They stayed and listened. That's just the kind of people they are. Makes sense they'd get along with someone like you who tries to push others away.
Get along? I'm upholding my part of the bargain. There's nothing more to it than that.
If you say so.
Our respite is interrupted by a new development.
Alphino! Alize!
A horde of Voidsent are approaching from the mountains to the east. Their numbers are beyond anything we've ever seen. We depart to go help, while Euless and Zero remain to defend Tertium.
Report. Lost contact. When? Voidsent. I'd bet my life on it. Understood. I'll investigate at once.
I can't repay you for the bread if you're dead. I'll go.
She finds them and provides cover while they get to safety, proceeding to engage the Voidsent gathered before her.
Return to the camp. A deal is a deal. I cannot let you pass. I can't.
Sadly, her Aether reserves are running low, so she's not able to dispatch them all before getting overwhelmed. In her weakened state, she starts to fixate on a distant memory from a time before the 13th fell.
Stand aside if you value your life.
We're only after women and wine. Darkness can take the rest.
You're not taking another step towards that village.
Stupid girl. You were warned.
Gotcha. And now we can get back to our business.
Get up! Get up, damn you! Too weak. I need help. The same mistakes, the same ends, again and again. What should I? What could I have done? What? Who? You. What are you doing here?
Y'shtola and Estinian had matters well in hand, so we went where we were needed.
All right. I will let it burn. This fire in my breast. Let it burn and rage and guide.
We fight the good fight against this ever-growing wave of Voidsent.
Thank goodness we're not too late. Can you still fight?
Just warming up!
My strength is spent. I'll only get in your way.
Chin up! We'll get through this together! Watch out!
Everyone all right? We must weather this together.
This has gone on long enough. I will finish it. Now! I am your end!
Well done!
With the Voidsent driven back, we can proceed with our plan to venture to Lapis Manalis. The snowcraft, called the Mammoth, brings us high into the eastern mountains. From there, we can see the Tower of Babel way in the distance. The village does indeed seem to be abandoned, of anything mortal anyway, for many Voidsent come out to greet us, sending many local wildlife fleeing in their wake. A Yeti named Albion bars our way, who seems to have a degree of control or friendship with the wilds of the mountain. With one call, it summoned a horde of beastkin charging towards us.
Got you!
After passing Albion, we discover a cave entrance. Given the harsh elements, they built the majority of their village deep inside the mountain. But this place is also long abandoned, with only Voidsent wandering its tunnels. We do, however, come across something interesting. A series of mannequins, not unlike mammoths, that seem to be used for training by the novice reapers of this village. These engage us in combat, likely thinking it's just another training day. At the centre of the village we find evidence of large-scale production of such mannequins, with one standing ready to bar our way. Galatea Magna, as it's called, is an advanced mannequin whose purpose is to test all reapers and gauge their combat levels. After we pass her tests, we proceed beyond the village, and take a small tumble, down towards the heart of Lapis Manalis. Here we find more of the native inhabitants, along with the Voidsent. The cave system itself is the most wondrous part, for it's covered floor to ceiling with ceruleum, enough that it would sustain Garlemald and much more. Putting this aside for now, we venture towards the centre where we spy a massive void gate that's still open. This is the source of all the Voidsent we have seen, and guarding it is a figure of interest.
All shall cower before the might of Archfiend Cagnazzo!
Cagnazzo, per his title, is the third Archfiend of Golbez, one with the power to manipulate water.
I've been waiting so long! Don't disappoint! Brace yourselves! I bring my all to bear! No more games! Be swallowed by the tide!
We face him down and weather the storm. Cagnazzo indeed can only be described as a battle junkie, getting more and more excited as the battle goes on. Nonetheless, we outnumber and overpower the Archfiend. With his defeat, it's time to get some answers.
Tell me one thing, Cagnazzo. A dragon of our world crossed over into yours long ago, but I have felt her presence here again. What is the meaning of this?
I dare say what you felt was this.
By the sisters. What have you done to Ashdaya?
If you want answers, you'll have to get them from Lord Golbez. Assuming you've the strength to face him. A pity I will not see the plan to fruition, but my part is done, and to fade with the thrill of battle in my heart makes it all the more worthwhile.
No! Wait! Where is she? Where is my sister?
At long last, I go to join the great flow.
By the gates closing, there can be no doubt that he was the one who opened it.
Once Cagnazzo faded away, the Void Gate did as well. We examine all that we have seen so far. So, we have discovered the source of the Voidsent outbreak in Garlemald. A gate forced open from the void. In the Age of Allag, Emperor Zande created an enormous portal using a prodigious amount of aether, harnessed by the Crystal Tower. In theory, a similar feat should be possible from within the void. One would need have the requisite amount of aether, such as that harboured by a great worm's eye. And its aether is indeed greatly diminished. What I find curious is why our foes chose to strike now, some 5,000 years after Ashdaya vanished into the void. And while their overarching plan remains a mystery, what exactly was Cagnazzo's plan in it that he had finished? These new revelations weigh heavily upon Varshan, so we leave him in peace for the time being. We turn our attention to the Ceruleum, which will be of great help to the people of Garlemald. We gather as much as we can carry and make our way back to the Mammoth for our journey back down the mountain.
My apologies for the delay.
Are you alright?
I am. As distressing as this turn of events was, the eye itself gives me cause to hope. While it is no longer possessed of Ashdaya's will, it may yet lead us to her. Were it not for your encouragement, I would never have dared to embark on my search, much less come this far. I will not lose faith. I will find my sister, wheresoever she may be.
We part ways with Alphino and Alizé and head back to Thavnair. With nothing else of note, we prepare once more to return to the Void.
If everyone is ready, then let us depart for Al-Zadal's legacy. What was that?
A deluge of ether. The mark of a terrible magic.
It wasn't far from here. Let's go.
A deluge of ether appears to have come from the same direction as Al-Zadal's legacy.
Hey, you! Stop! If you're thinking of taking to sea, don't!
What has happened?
We were out working our nets when a light suddenly shot up over Bowflower Isle with a boom. A massive fiend then took to the skies. Another blasphemy, we feared, but we didn't linger to find out.
Did you see where it was headed?
I can't say for sure, but it looked like it was northward bound.
Bowflower Isle is connected to Al-Zadal's legacy. This cannot be a coincidence.
In response to Cagnazzo's defeat, they have come for our gate.
So it seems. I would ascertain the situation at the vault, but the fiend must be dealt with, ere people come to harm. I will gather my soldiers and search the isle for casualties. As you wish. The fiend is yours.
We split up to cover more ground. Zero accompanies us on the hunt for this new fiend. We question many citizens, and our search seems to be leading us towards Khadga, the large spear-shaped formation that dominates the upper landscape of Thavnair. As we near our quarry, we get some bad news.
Hello, can you hear me? We were too late. The vault has been destroyed, the alchemical furnace with it. This was their true objective, to deny us entry into the Void. Cagnazzo and Ashdaya's eye were a diversion. A means to detain us in Garlemald, while they went to work here. To reduce the vault to rubble. That which you hunt is no ordinary foe. Have care.
And Y'shtola couldn't have been more correct. For within a short space of time, we find ourselves before Golbez's fourth and final Archfiend.
Such an exquisite sight. The canvas of vibrant colors. As was our world, too, once. I am Rubicante, the Archfiend of Fire. a monster in flesh. Yet in spirit I remain a man, a prisoner of the past. Such tears I wept when darkness consumed the world, until Lord Golbez came and spoke of salvation. Thus do I walk proudly at his side, to see his dream fulfilled. Your heart is pure. For benevolent cause you seek the dragon. But I cannot allow you to have it. Cannot allow you to interfere. If you would continue, then there is but one recourse. I shall await you at the summit. Come, mortal. Come and weigh your righteousness against mine.
Rubicante can easily be described as one of, if not the most powerful archfiend. His mastery over fire giving him potent abilities.
You stayed the course, as I knew you would. As too will I. Come!
The glory of fire.
We manage to get the upper hand, and Zero arrives once Rubicante is brought to his knee.
It seems I was a step too slow.
To defeat all of us archfiends, you are strong indeed. You would know your enemy's heart. Very well. It bleeds more than you can ever understand. But I will speak, and you will listen, and learn how all began.
We then bear witness to Rubicante's memories of Golbez.
How long has it been since the world was undone? Since light and life gave way to darkness and undeath, since we were reduced to beasts befouled, squabbling over what scant ether remains. But you are different. You remember who you were and the paradise for which you fought. That world will never be ours again. But we need not suffer in this purgatory of death and rebirth forever. Join me, and together we shall seek the promised land.
There is no hope, no freedom from the wheel. You speak a fantasy.
I speak truth, the Ascian's revelation. There are other worlds than this. Ours is but one of 14. There is no greater proof than the whispers we hear, born of a neighboring reality. A reality to which we may journey if we can but break down the barrier that divides us.
You meant it then. We will take this world as our own. Count me in.
In return for your strength, I offer you opportunity to pursue your own ends in service to a greater cause. A glorious kingdom of light, wherein all may know death's sweet embrace.
And thus did we begin our great work.
You intend to forsake the 13th and conquer the Source?
Just so. Our home is a lost cause. Our only choice to begin anew. In this world, where we may reclaim our mortality. Make for our moon. There you will find both Lord Golbez and your dragon. To be so viciously slandered. Pride demands I prove my virtue at the last. And perhaps your own will resonate with his, and draw forth that singular jewel which abides deep within his heart. A desire which lies beyond his quest to free us from our purgatory. A desire all his own.
With Rubicante now gone, the threat of the Archfiends has been dealt with, but we have paid the price for it. Alzadal's legacy is destroyed, and the Void Gate along with it. We now have no way of venturing back into the Void in order to stop Golbez's plan, which seems to have now all been revealed.
Golbez aspires to deliver Voidsent unto the Source, where they may die and return to the life stream to be reborn.
Far be it for me to deny them, but the cost to our people would be beyond unconscionable.
Indeed, Voidsent themselves are inherently dangerous. Never mind the chaos sure to follow should the barrier twixt our worlds be shattered. 'Twould be naught less than a calamity.
Golbez sacrificed 2 Archfiends just to stop us. He must need more time to break the barrier to our world.
Then the days ahead will be critical. We must find a way back to the 13th.
If you will excuse my absence, I shall return to Sharlayan to look for information.
By all means. Meanwhile, I shall seek the counsel of our alchemists.
Time is of the essence, so wish me luck.
Zero. May we call upon thee when next we venture unto the 13th.
Aye. And in case you're wondering, I won't ask for further payment. I will go for myself, to try and understand why I spoke the words I said to Rubicante. And the fire I felt within, when you all came to my aid in Garlemald.
While our esteemed sorceress battles her tomes, let us see to our own affairs.
I will not fail you again, sister.
Our group splits up once more, as we each prepare in our own way. Y'shtola makes for Sharlayan, in order to continue her research on a way to travel between worlds. This is an interesting bit. Instead of just trying to create another void gate, we have elected to find a more reusable way. One that can also open the doorway for us to travel to other reflections. Estinian and Zero will be keeping themselves busy, while Vitra takes care of matters in Thavnir, and also works with his alchemists. Finally, we cut to the moon on the 13th, where Golbez resides.
Cagnazzo and Rubicante have joined with the great flow. In this world, 'tis the ravenous who are useful, and few were as ravenous as they. You were fine pawns, my archfiends, and you have played your parts to perfection. But with the goal in sight, I need no minions to do my bidding. Hereon, I shall walk alone. At long, long last, the end draws nigh. The end to life on that star, and the end to my suffering.
And that is the story catch-up for patch 6.3, God's Revel lands Tremble. Things are moving very fast now. I wouldn't be surprised if we finally dealt with Golbez in patch 6.4, with the patches to follow leading us into the next expansion. But we won't have to wait long to find out. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this catch up or found it informative, consider leaving a like to show your support. Also leave a comment with your opinion on the subject. I will be diving into theory mode with my follow-up stream to this video, so please tune in. And if you can't make it, not to worry, I will be clipping it for you to watch later on. Thanks all, and now, as always, have a good one.